Undertaker and Seth freaking Rollins!
Inside of a major...
Roman Reigns did not just beat people. He made it look like he took pleasure in burying them. For years, he sat at the very top of WWE. He held the titles, he had his family standing behind him. He had fear in every locker room. He had the final word in every big story. Roman built an empire that nobody could shake. But something strange has started to happen. The same kind of pain Roman gave to other people is now coming back to him. Piece by piece, CM Punk stood in his face and promised something dark. Bronson Reed beat him in a hard street fight. Jacob Fatu hit him over and over until Roman had to fight dirty just to survive. The man who once broke people down is now the one feeling broken. The island he built for himself is starting to shake under his own feet, and as we get into the first name, use the hype feature and give this video hype. Because this story is not just about wins and losses, it is about what Roman left behind. Roman always had an answer for his critics. He said his opponents did not get buried. He said they got bigger. He called his world the island of relevancy. He believed that anyone who stepped near him, even in defeat, came out with more layers, more pain, and more meaning. He believed every loss was really a gift in disguise. Fans saw something else. They saw heroes lose at the worst possible moment. They saw big wins turn into bloodline interference. They saw referees get knocked down. They saw low blows and strange finishes steal the spotlight right when a star needed it most. Time after time, the story found a way to protect Roman, even when he should have lost clean. Roman may have helped some people grow, but he also made sure every single story had to go through him first. The 7 men you are about to hear about all learned this lesson in their own painful way. Drew McIntyre learned this the hard way. At Clash at the Castle in 2022, Drew had everything lined up. He had a massive home crowd behind him. He was close to one of the biggest wins of his life, in front of his own people. Then Solo Sikoa showed up out of nowhere and ruined the moment before it could happen. Roman later said that Drew's whole personality changed because of that pain. He framed it like a gift that Drew should be thankful for. But taking away a once-in-a-lifetime moment is not a gift. It might have made Drew more bitter and more interesting as a character. It might have even made him a better talker and a sharper performer. But it also stole something that Drew can never get back. Roman did not just beat Drew that night. He took the joy right out of the room, in front of tens of thousands of people who came just to see Drew win. Cody Rhodes felt something even deeper. At WrestleMania 39, Cody had the story, the crowd, and the perfect ending all lined up. He had chased that moment for years. Then Solo Sikoa hit him with a Samoan spike, and the dream slipped away right in front of him. Roman said Cody was never more important than when he was close to him, fighting for his spot. That is one way to look at it. The other way is that Roman made Cody wait one more full year for his moment, because every road to the top had to pass through Roman first. To be fair, when Cody finally won at WrestleMania XL, that long struggle made the win feel even bigger and more emotional for everyone watching, but it still took a long and painful road to get there. And Roman was the one holding the gate the whole time. Sami Zayn might be the saddest story of them all. Sami started out as a small, funny part of the bloodline. Nobody expected much from it at first, but it grew into one of the biggest emotional stories in modern wrestling. Roman and the bloodline gave Sami layers of acceptance, love, and pain that nobody saw coming. At Elimination Chamber in 2023, Sami did not win. The match was full of interference and referee chaos, just like so many matches before it. That loss protected Sami's reputation with the fans. But Roman still crushed his dream right in front of the people who loved him the most, the same people who had cheered him on for months. Roman made Sami bigger in the end, but only after breaking his heart first, and that is a heavy price to pay for relevance. Seth Rollins is the man Roman could never fully put away. At the Royal Rumble in 2022, Seth got deep into Roman's head, the way only an old friend can. Roman lost that match by disqualification, but he still walked away with the title. Seth was protected, but Roman still escaped with all the power once again. The two men share history that goes all the way back to their days in the Shield, when they fought side by side and trusted each other completely. Seth understood Roman better than almost anyone in the entire company. He held a kind of mental key to Roman's mind that no other opponent had. Roman could not bury Seth in a normal way, because Seth simply knew him too well. So instead, the story kept pulling Seth back into Roman's shadow, again and again. never quite letting him fully escape, no matter how many titles he won on his own. AJ Styles ran into a different kind of problem. Back in 2016, Roman was the powerhouse and AJ was the speed and skill. Roman caught him, threw him, and shut down his fast offense using pure strength over and over again. The research is clear that Roman took real pleasure in physically shutting AJ down in front of the crowd, almost like he wanted everyone to see it. Even so, AJ still gained something from the feud. He pushed Roman hard match after match and proved that he belonged at the very top of WWE alongside any other star on the roster. Roman's power made AJ suffer night after night, but AJ's skill and toughness are what kept his career alive and respected, even after taking that kind of punishment. Finn Balor suffered what might be the clearest burial in this whole story. At Extreme Rules in 2021, Finn brought back the Demon, a character that fans had protected and loved for years as something almost magical. Then, in the middle of his big comeback, the top rope suddenly snapped without warning. Finn fell, Roman pinned him, and nobody ever really explained what happened after that night. This was one of the most damaging finishes of Roman's entire run as champion. The Demon did not just lose that night. The Demon looked silly in front of the whole world, and that kind of moment is hard to take back. After that, Finn went right back to the mid-card, far from the main event spotlight. Roman's win did not make Finn bigger. It hurt the character in a way that never fully healed. Rusev got the oldest kind of burial there is. Back in 2016, Rusev had a true monster aura that made him feel unstoppable. He felt like a wrecking machine that nobody could slow down. Roman took the United States Championship from him and kept beating him again and again in the feud that followed. Fans and wrestling analysts saw this as a clear plan to use Rusev's aura to make Roman look strong in front of a crowd that did not want him. Unlike Cody, Sami, or Drew, Rusev never got a big heroic comeback after his losses to Roman. His aura was damaged, and his standing in the company slowly faded away after that feud. This was not elevation through struggle like the other stories. This was simply Roman taking a monster and making him small. Now look at where Roman stands today. CM Punk stood across from him and threatened to bury him right next to his own father. In one of the coldest moments in recent memory, Bronson Reed beat him clean in a brutal street fight, shocking fans everywhere. Jacob Fatu forced him to survive using dirty tricks just to stay champion, ripping away the idea that Roman was untouchable. The same kind of pain Roman handed out for years is now landing right back on him, one beating at a time. For so long, Roman made other people prove they could survive him. Now Roman has to prove that he can survive that same kind of treatment against men who do not care about his name or his family. Even with all of this, Roman Reigns is still one of the biggest stars of his entire era. His wins, his power, and his control changed the way WWE tells its stories for years to come. That is exactly why fans are still talking about him, still arguing about him, and still tuning in to see what happens next. Even after everything that has happened, Roman Reigns did not just beat people. He left marks that are still there, even now, on every single name in this story.